I never thought this would happen to me, but it did. My car was stolen legally. That's right, there is a shocking loophole in the UK that's leaving car owners like us completely vulnerable. And in today's video, I'm not holding back. I'm going to be exposing all of those businesses that are involved in allowing cars to be stolen from car parks across the UK.
This is some real shady stuff going on, and it isn't the first time we have seen this happen. A well-known YouTuber in the car world had his £100,000 Nissan GTR stolen in similar circumstances, but in his case, the car had a tracker and thankfully he was able to locate his car.
So far, I've had no real help from either of the police, the car park management, or the office itself. And yet after 3 weeks, still no one is able to tell me where is my car. So it's only right that I take things into my own hands and make you all aware of this horrible loophole but legal car theft, as this is something which could even happen to you.
To give some context, I'm a car dealer and I rent an office along with car parking spaces from this company called Regus. And in return, I am able to operate my business as a bigger operation within a professional setting. However, over the last 2 years, I have first-hand encountered some serious shady dealings with the operations of this company. And now, the icing on the cake, my car being stolen and potentially being driven around as we speak. Yet no one can tell me where the car currently is and who is responsible. But we will get into the specifics later, as this crime loophole isn't so simple.
Now, a few weeks ago, my Audi A3 was parked in this exact parking space when I noticed there was a sign left on the car.
It said I had 28 days to remove the car as it is an abandoned, untaxed vehicle. There was no telephone number on here to contact, so as a precaution, I thought I'll get the car removed until I can contact someone, get it resolved, as I don't want a car seized. But during that 28-day period, somewhere between day 11 and 15, I came back to collect the car, and to my shock, the car wasn't there.
So now we are arriving into the car park, the office where I used to conduct, the sales of my cars. Many happy customers have come here over the years, and it's a real shame now that I can't even trust, this company and just keeping my cars here. At the peak of it, I used to have up to 25 cars here, so it was quite a decent size operation. And over here was where I used to keep my cars. So on the right-hand side, I would have a good amount of stock, and over here on the left as well, where you can see there is a couple of cars. That's somewhere else where I used to keep a lot of my stock. But can you imagine coming back from holiday or something and finding all of your cars have gone missing? That would mentally ruin you and financially. Now, behind me is the Regus building. This is the company which I had a signed agreement with, and I pay them and them only. Now, inside on the second floor, I used to have an office for predominantly the most of the time whilst I was here. It was great because I could see when customers arrive, keep an eye over on the cars. But what really sold this place to me was that it's located within a business park. You've got 24-hour security, and through the night you see them doing their patrols. So I thought, you know what, this should be a safe place to conduct my business. How wrong was I? Now, the car park which I'm standing in is actually owned or leased by Regus itself. They're entitled to who they rent the parking spaces to, and in this case, those spaces were given to me. However, a third-party company does manage the usage of these parking spaces, and that well-known business is called Your Parking Space. If you go on Google, it's clear they are a large operation and seem reputable. It's common for private car parks to have management companies. You may already use similar things where you've parked in a car park, you've downloaded an app to pay for your parking. Now, the third company I believe to be involved in all of this is TORT, or T-O-R-T. They are instructed by Your Parking Space for the removal of abandoned vehicles.
Now, according to the Gov website, to decide if a vehicle is abandoned, it may have one of the following, which is listed below. And in some cases, I can agree when a car has been abandoned. However, if we look at the website of the company in question who has a part in stealing my car, one of the points for an abandoned vehicle included, does the vehicle contain rubbish? Well, in that case, half of the cars on the UK roads better watch out. But in my case, Regus is fully aware that I'm operating as a car dealer, and I have previously made them aware that cars which are in trade are not taxed until they are sold. As well as this, they have a direct contact with Your Parking Space, and I do not. But in short, UK-TES works for Your Parking Space, and Your Parking Space works for Regus. Now, before I get on to exposing the details of the car theft in question, let's talk about how this new car crime loophole could affect law-abiding citizens just like you.
So ask yourself this: do you ever park your car in a private car park? A few examples of this could be at a workplace, an underground car park below your apartment, or even outdoor residential parking. And if the answer to that is yes, well then you could be at risk. If you ever see one of these tort notices put onto your car, you must follow the next steps.
Do not wait. If you have a notice left on your car, act fast. Don't assume that you have the full period at your disposal. You can also try contacting the removal agent to inform them that this is not an abandoned car. Then for further confirmation, contact the car park management company. Car park should have signs dotted around of which company this would be, but in both cases, get the confirmation in writing on email to say your car is safe. If you still have no luck, park your car elsewhere and contact the police to inform them of the situation. If you're finding this useful and enjoying the content, do me a favour and hit that subscribe button for me right now.
Now, for this notice to be made valid, the car removal company would need to comply with strict guidelines, one of which would be allowing you ample time to collect your vehicle, and in my case, the notice stated 28 days. However, the parties involved did not follow this legal requirement, meaning there has been a breach of notice, making this unlawful. Now, if you or I were in the wrong and the car had been taken after the 28-day period, we would take the loss and just have to deal with it. But in this case, it is far from that. And the big problem here is there is no way of me getting through to them. I've gone onto their website, they've got a contact number, but every time I've called on numerous occasions, I don't get an answer. So it's becoming very clear to me what their intentions have been all the way from the start, and from their perspective, this is a very lucrative business. They are putting these notices on the cars, making it a legal way for them to steal your car, sell it on, export it, scrap it, whatever it may be, so that they make profit by stealing from others. And as it stands, today is the 20th of January 2025, and the car in question has been missing since approximately the 27th of December 2024. So we are talking a good 3 weeks of the car being missing. And during that time, things get real suspicious and the intent becomes crystal clear when I discovered that my car may be being driven around legally. And where things really start to get concerning is the fact that I'm holding the car key, the car seems to be taxed now, but more worryingly, I still have the logbook in hand.
So now, let me take you right back to the start from the 27th of December and explain with evidence what has happened up until now.
Now, the first thing I'd done when I noticed that the car was missing is do the obvious thing. Got in contact with the companies involved and contacted the police. And what I want to do now is I want to run you through some of those emails so you get a good understanding of how those conversations went and how it's led to where we are now. And what I will say is things do get very interesting. So the first email I sent was to Regus immediately. So I said to them that I came to remove the car and I found that it isn't there. It's been taken much before the notice period. It's been taken wrongfully. When can I come to collect my car or expect it to be returned? Now, the response I got from them on the 31st, thank you for reaching out to us. We have received your query and would like to assure you that it is important to us. Our team will thoroughly review the matter on Thursday the 3rd of January and we will provide you with an update shortly thereafter. If you have any additional details or documents to share in the meantime, please feel free to reply to this email. Thank you for your patience and understanding. So at this point, it seemed pretty positive and I thought, good, everyone's cooperating, hopefully we can make some progress. So I gave it a couple of days, as said, wait till the 3rd of January. I hadn't heard anything, so I just made contact again to say, I will need to collect my car today. Could you please find out who is responsible for removing it for the 28-day period? And then the response to that email came from Regus to say, I would like to extend my apologies regarding the situation involving your vehicle and the tort notice. Your parking space, our third-party provider responsible for managing the car park, has been handling these matters. Our liaison within the company, ... is directly reviewing your case. I spoke with him this morning, and to streamline the process and facilitate the necessary arrangements for the collection of the vehicle, I encourage you to reach out to him directly. Here is the details below. Do let us know if you require further assistance. So again, things seem pretty positive. It looks like they've acknowledged that a mistake has happened. They are liaising with the car parking management company, and fingers crossed, I'm going to be getting my car back. So it seems to be going all well. Fast forward now a couple of days, as I had not heard anything back from Regus or your parking space, so I sent them another email. I said that I'm getting extremely concerned as I have heard nothing at all from anyone after emailing Regus or your parking space. My car has been removed illegally. No one can tell me where my car is. This is getting ridiculous. And now I got a quick response from Regus. Thank you for your patience. I apologise that you have not yet received a response from your parking space. As the car parks are managed by your parking space, they are responsible for the removal of vehicles that are not authorised to park. Unfortunately, this means we do not have information regarding the current location of the car. I will reach out to your parking space again to request an update on your behalf. I have also raised internally that the car was taken internally, so this can be addressed with your parking space. Thank you for understanding. Now at this point, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned and alarm bells are starting to ring, so I thought the best port of call will be head down to the office to try and get to the bottom of this. Now on the 6th of January in 2025, I came back over to the Regus office to speak with the centre staff and work out what on earth has happened to my car. But unfortunately, after speaking with the manager here, there was nothing they could really do other than point me in the direction to liaise with your parking space directly.
Now naturally, when your car has been stolen, you do start to speculate and look at all possible angles, one of which starts with Regus. This is because in the past I've been offered backhanded deals by staff members for paying my invoices, which did make me think, if this establishment can operate in this manner, could someone be an insider that would see this as a profitable opportunity with cars being moved and sold on? I don't know. I'm not going to start accusing any individuals, but it could be a possibility considering my experience with them so far.
So now I know I don't stand anywhere with Regus, so I need to get in contact with your parking space. So I sent over another message saying that I have had no response regarding my previous email. The police will be contacted again as my car is missing. No contact number was left, the car being taken before the 28 days, and as it stands, no knowledge of where my car is. Unless the matter is resolved today, I will have no choice but to escalate this matter with the police. And surprise, surprise, I got a rapid email sent back to me from your parking space. The email said, "Apologies for the delay in getting back to you. I'm currently liaising with the removal firm who removed the vehicle to find out what happened. I will have an update for you by close of business tomorrow. Kind regards." So I just responded with a quick "Thanks for getting back to me. Look forward to an update." And just to chase things up and stay on top of it, the following day, as I hadn't heard anything, just sent another email to say any news on when I can have my car returned. To which I got a response from your parking space to say, "I have tried numerous times to reach the third party removal company today, but they have not responded to my calls or emails. I assure you I am on the case and I'm determined to get this resolved as soon as possible." This email, where there was a lot of determination, was sent to me on the 7th of January. We are now on the 20th and no one can still tell me where my car is. Very determined. So at this point, I just went a bit more aggressive. I said, "Whilst I appreciate the update and your effort, I'm very concerned that a company you closely work with regarding your car parks is not responding to your calls or emails. They have all the information required as well as resources to pick up a car, but can't answer a call or email. I find that suspicious of them, to be completely honest. If my car has been scrapped, sold or damaged, your parking space will have to take liability for illegally removing my car and causing this. Compensation for the full value of the car will be required." No response to that, so the next day I sent the following email: "Is this sorted yet?" To which I was told, "No, this is not resolved yet. Unfortunately, it has been raised to our legal team to further investigate. I will keep you updated as soon as I get any further information." Now that was on the 8th of January. I thought, you know what, let me give them a chance to see if they can get the car back. It had been a week now and I thought, enough's enough. I sent an email to say, "It has been 7 days since your last email. I have not received no further update. I can only assume you are unable to locate my car and have it returned to me. After 3 weeks of me getting in contact, chasing, it is just appalling that you've allowed this to happen and have such a poor process in place. Can you advise on the process within your company for compensation on the loss of my car?" So you can start to see how this is looking suspicious, that these three companies that work together are likely to have contracts in place are telling me that they are not able to get in contact with the removal agent. Very strange, very unlikely. And over 3 weeks in, no one knows where the car is. It is just shocking. So this is clearly a very profitable business to be in. Anyone can download the talk notice simply from the online website, and as well as issuing the order of removal for the vehicle, that can be simply done by paying £20 online on the website.
Once a car has been taken, all the removal agent would need to do is apply for a new logbook, which can be done at any post office by simply filling out a V62 form and paying the £25 fee. And at the same time, the car can be taxed even without a logbook present, which was exactly the case with my car. Then they would need to have a set of keys made and coded for the car, and the cost for this will vary on make and models, but on average for a typical used car, about £200.
So in reality, the cost of them legally being able to obtain your car is just in the hundreds of pounds. And when you think that cars are worth thousands, and in many cases, tens or even hundreds of thousands of pounds, it becomes very clear why these removal agents will not want to give your car back to you. They don't want to answer or return phone calls because they are buying time, which would then allow them to have your car sold or possibly even exported out the country. And what did the police do about this? Well, they advised me to go to the Gov website and pay £25 and take this matter to a small claims court. They wouldn't acknowledge that the car is stolen, and they aren't looking into the matter of this underworld car crime where businesses are going through a loophole to steal our cars. It is absolutely shocking.
So as it stands, we have no car, no money compensated, and the communication with the parties involved is becoming less frequent. But I will update you all as we reach an outcome. but I couldn't say when or if that will ever happen.
But the lesson today for all of you watching is take precaution when you are parking your car in a private car park. And if you ever see a talk notice issued on your car, don't wait around. Act immediately and get the car moved elsewhere until you can get the matter resolved. Don't ever expect guidelines to be followed and complied with, and protect what's yours and don't let anyone push you around. And on that note, guys, I'm going to end today's video here. Thank you so much again for watching, and I hope it's given you a good insight into this underworld car crime which is going on. I will keep you guys updated to what happens moving forward. If you want to stay posted, follow me on all my socials, which I'll pop on the screen below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But other than that, I'm going to see you next Sunday at 6 p.m. Take care, guys.